out the way. Listen, let's go ahead and get this thing started. If you don't mind, my first guest is from my adopted city of Jacksonville, Florida. Well, sort of. I mean, he's close to Jacksonville. It's almost like being in Atlanta, but you're really from Decatur. But you say you're from Atlanta because no one would know what you mean when you say you're from Decatur. It's the same thing. Anyway, he's a former community stage actor, screenplay writer, and drama student at Florida State College. And now, we're excited that we've got him on our show. Please welcome the creator of Centurion Justice, the one and only Mr. Ronald A. White in the building. Welcome, sir.
Hello, Clark. How are you?
I am fantastic, sir. I don't know. I got the jitters tonight. I don't know what's going on, Mr. White.
Oh, it's that Centurion Justice thing, man. Don't worry about it.
I knew it, but I didn't want to, give it that much creed. But I think you're right. It is the Centurion Justice. It is what it is. Well, Mr. White, sir, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you on. And, wow, I want to thank a few people who got this interview in place in rapid time. Of course, Mr. Vance Johnson, hats goes off to him for being who he is and putting it in order. And also, I've got to give thanks to Mr. Casey Barnum for introducing me to Mr. Johnson, who then spoke highly about your work and you as an author. So, shout out to them.
Absolutely.
Now, Mr. White, let's just dive right in. How does one go from a person destined for the Broadway lights to an aspiring writer to a novelist? What was that track like?
Well, just like, many artists out here, Clark, you just follow the road and you just kind of play the hand you're dealt. I'm a small town guy, but I came along with a real interest in the arts, even though I was more of a sports guy. I always had an interest in the arts. Kind of discovered that during the time that I was in college, actually community college, where I began to fall in love with the humanities and then school plays and theater and things of that nature. Later, after college and after a few years of some professional tennis and some sports things, I decided to get back to writing. And the writing led me to local community theater where I began to participate in that. And then I actually went back to college again to study some drama. And one thing progressed. I began to venture out to try to write screenplays and things of that nature, which that's a huge mountain to climb. And after a period of time, with some little successes here and there, I kind of put that on the back burner. But then probably about 4 or 5 years ago, a buddy of mine who wanted to get into that approached me as being a co-writer with him. I was not too enthused about it, and I decided that, you know what, I'm going to write books. Enough of these rejection notices and all of these for studios.
Yeah, there are a lot out there in the literary world, that's for sure.
Absolutely, man. And I had a lot of things that I did want to write about. I had a lot of stories that I wanted to tell. And once I got into that, I really found it somewhat therapeutic, to be able to sit down an hour or 2 hours a day at the end of my otherwise work day and write and get lost in the stories, and I love it.